If you've ever been raided while you're asleep, sniped from a bush by a bloke you've never seen before, or spent 6 hours building a base just for someone to blow it up overnight, you've probably played a PvP survival game. And after personally putting in over hundreds of hours into survival games, I've realised that not all of survival games are equal. So today I'm ranking PvP survival games from level 1 all the way to level 5, level 1 being the worst and 5 being the best, based on PvP intensity, base building, progression, content, and just how much they take over your life. So strap in, grab yourself a cup of tea and get ready for the video. Level 1, Miscreated. Now I actually feel quite emotional placing this here, because Miscreated was actually the first survival game that I ever played. I put over 400 hours into this game and had some fantastic times. I remember the first time getting up to Hayward and nearly losing my head within seconds from a sniper on a roof, and me and my friend absolutely panicking and running for the hills. I thought this game had huge potential, but the devs have just left it to rot. And compared to the other games on the list, it's just very much outdated. Now the PvP in this game was pretty decent, but one thing that really let it down was the base building. It was not nearly intricate enough, and it had a lot of flaws and glitches compared to other games that are ranked on this tier list. Hi, it's me from the future, and I just want to butt in quickly just to say that after doing a bit of research into Miscreated while making this video, it's come to my attention that they are actually updating the game again, so it's not completely dead, and I would recommend checking it out if you get the chance, and the game may even reach higher on this list in the future if I do an updated video. Level 2, Unturned. Now this is where things start to get interesting. A lot of people look at Unturned and think it's some Roblox looking survival game for kids, but those people have clearly never been raided by a 14-year-old who has just took the day off of school to make your life hell. Underneath the graphics, it's a surprisingly brutal survival experience. Now the PvP on this game is absolutely fantastic, but with the graphics I really think it can harm the immersion. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but because of that I can't really rank it any higher. But where this game shines is its community and modding. The game has player made guns, vehicles, levels, maps, and it just gives you infinite replayability, and that's really the strong suit of this game. We're now at level 3, and there's some really hard hitting games in here. This is the tier that I would say these games have real potential, but have not quite hit it just yet. And I actually have 2 games in this tier. So let's start with Deadside. Now I've put over 100 hours into Deadside, and one thing that I really enjoy about this game is it doesn't mess around, chucking you deep into the action. The PvP in this game is constant, especially around the missions that are placed around the map, and they allow you to go from 0 to hero pretty quick if you've got good aim. The progression feels rewarding as it's quite similar to Rust, where they've just added their blueprint system, as well as having to do top tier missions to get top tier loot, and obviously killing other players. The base building is also fantastic for the genre. They've taken inspiration from Rust as well, which I think has the best base building in the survival game genre. Second we have in this tier is Scum. Now Scum is a survival game for you if you like ultra realism and detail. This game has more systems than some RPGs. You've got to monitor your calories and food intake, your nutrition so you don't get fat. I remember binging out on chocolate bars on this game, and my guy got huge. He could no longer run. This game expects you to have a degree in fitness just to keep your guy in shape, and I do think with some of the systems that this game's got, it has a lot of potential, and that's why it's here at level 3. Now level 4, Ark. All I need to say is dinosaurs and Chinese clans. I'm joking. But seriously, Ark players are a different species entirely. You've got some of the biggest bases that I've ever seen built in a video game. You've got flying dinosaurs, underwater dinosaurs, dinosaurs with lasers attached to their heads. This game can feel like a real fever dream sometimes. The amount of content in Ark is ridiculous. The progression is huge, the PvP can be absolutely brutal, and the base building is some of the deepest in the genre. And the only reason it doesn't make it into level 5 is because there's some real titans waiting there. Now here we are at level 5. The GOATs of the genre. Now in my opinion, these are the top survival games that you can play right now in 2026. Again, I have 2 in this tier, and the first game we're going to talk about is DayZ. Now you can't make a survival game tier list without including DayZ. You know, DayZ sometimes can feel like a walking simulator. You could be walking for 2 hours and then suddenly you'll hear that distant gunshot and the game comes alive. The survival mechanics matter, every fight matters, every piece of loot matters, and that's not something you can say about every survival game, and what makes DayZ special. Not to forget about also the modding community for DayZ has some of the craziest mods that you could ever find, and it keeps the game interesting. And the other game here at level 5 is Rust. I think the PvP, base building and content in Rust is second to none, with the procedurally generated worlds making it so no Rust playthrough is the same, with different monuments, landmarks, and with Face Punch Studios constantly bringing out new updates for the game. The community in this game is absolutely chaotic. Door campers, people screaming profanity at you, and yet somehow you just want to keep coming back for more. Both Rust and DayZ score highly across every category I listed at the beginning of this video, and both of these games highly deserve to be here at level 5. Now let me know down in the comments what your favourite survival game is and where you would rank it in this list. And please let me know if you would disagree with my list. Let me know if you think a game deserves moving up or down. Thanks for watching and see you again.